So this is John Costa at the Documentary Media Centre here in Leicester. And I'm absolutely delighted to say I've been joined by three members of the winning team for Scavenger Dreams at this year's SDG Film Festival. So on my screen, top left, I've got Faris Angguni, who's in Indonesia. Bottom left, I've got Eglay Kuzlit. Is that right? I said I would be brave enough to try.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. And Eglay is here at De Montfort University, just finishing her master's tomorrow, 1 day to go. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
And then Jefferson Alexandro, who's also in Indonesia. So good afternoon to you, Jeff, and to Faris.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Now, it was great catching up with you guys a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately Eglay couldn't join us, so it's nice that I've managed to get all three of you, and I think it's important to talk to all of you about your input into the Documentary Media Centre's Showcase Award win back in June at the SDG Film Festival. Like I said, as one of the people that's been involved in the SDG Film Festival since the beginning, I kind of have probably a unique take on it, not necessarily as an academic, but more as a independent journalist and someone who runs his own museum, archive and library here in Leicester that covers the majority world. Indonesia is one of the sections in my archive behind me. And suddenly it really got my interest because the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly education, I think is one of those things that we're all able to support. And we're all able to shape and get involved in and make a real impact on. Yes, the climate crisis dominates everything, but I think when it comes to education, particularly primary school education, particularly young girls, we've got a real opportunity to help shape humanity and how the world develops. So it was an interesting subject matter to me. And then, of course, as I dived more and more into the documentary and it played out, what became really obvious that there was a real passion, I think, particularly from Faris coming up with the initial idea about this school and the impact that it managed to have. So Faris, how did you come up with the idea of focusing on this particular school?
Actually, in the first time, I already knew about this school, and it's about this school is around scavengers house and scavengers environment, and I don't know why this school is so clean inside, and that's why I interest to make a film documentary about this school. And in the around the scavengers environment, there is a school. It's so clean, it's so good, and have a disciplined children actually. And yeah, it's about school in around the environment scavengers.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting subject matter as well, because it's probably not a term that we really use. I mean, I probably wouldn't use the term scavenger. You know what I mean? I mean, I think we go on a scavenger hunt maybe, which is more of a sort of a children's activity. So when you talk about scavengers, I think the title intrigued me as well. And then when I realized that it was young people that were living in a sort of, a really low resource setting, challenging environment, not much to really exist on, how they actually existed. And this school was created by this very strong, powerful woman, as you find in many stories across the world. Some person decides that they're going to do something and then attracts people to them with very little money, apart from their own passion and commitment, and has created this incredible school with over 100 students now, hasn't she? Where, like you said, it's very clean, they get a meal every day. And I think just watching the film, it was very inspiring to see that it is possible to educate everybody, and there is no reason why no one should really be able to go to school with the right commitment. So, I mean, Jeff, you did you were filming, you were the cameraman. What was it like spending the time at the school?
All right, about spending the time to the school. Actually, at first we discussed together, and then finally we chose to go with the theme of education, and then we researched about that. And when we came up with the school, sekolah kami, and then we think that we want to shoot about the real thing. We want to shoot about the documentary thing. So we discussed together and end up to shoot the school just in the one day because we want to show them like what is the activities of the school from the morning until the children come home. So it's like in the one day, and we show all of that from the children, from the teacher, and many more. It's like that.
So what's the one thing that you remember from your time there? Was it the engagement with the children? Were they fascinated with what you were doing?
Yes, the most memorable thing for me is actually when being the DOP and shot the children is when we are asking about what is your dream, the opening one, what is your dream, and then they with the innocent smile, and then they answer, I want to be pilot, I want to be nurse, I want to be this and that, and we're like, wow, like you're such a small children, but you have a big dream. Like everyone could have a dream. Everyone could have that, like that.
That's a really important point, actually. Looking at lots of documentaries, we have many here, and we've screened many over the years as well. Is the fact that it doesn't matter how small you are, children. We need to make sure that we're feeding that kind of passion and that interest and that dream to be able to do these things. And I think it always fascinates me as well that when you talk to people, particularly in some really challenging environments like that, where this scavenger school is particularly, they're always doctors and nurses and wanting to really improve their life and improve their environment. Not always to leave, sometimes just to improve where they are. And we kind of forget that, really, I think, also in our international development stuff. We talk about there and them coming here. We never really talk about, well, how are we supporting them to develop where they are so that they don't feel the need to leave? You know what I mean? They're happy where they are. They can get ahead. They can live a life, the same that we can in the more developed world. So, I mean, Egle, now you're on the International Film Masters with Rhys Davis, and so how did you first get involved and meet these guys?
Yeah, so I actually saw Rhys' email firstly, and I wanted to participate, but I forgot about it. And then he personally emailed me, Daniel, and he said, like, I think you should join this. You will like it, and you will gain more experience. So this is how I ended up here.
Excellent. Now, obviously, unlike me, that we're both in the same. We haven't seen the school. Faras and Jefferson have been there. What do you remember from your time editing the footage together and doing the voiceover?
I remember the surrounding around the school, mostly how many rubbish is there and how children are walking there casually. And yeah, editing, it was a bit difficult because it made me cry a bit of seeing how they're like waiting, and also one shot where a small boy was waiting for the school to open the doors. For me, it was really strong, and like how they want to be in there. It was really cute.
I think it's a really interesting point as well that you say that about the young boy waiting outside. I think the United Nations Security Council yesterday passed its first ever law or whatever it is that they do. I can never remember now. They all got together and agreed something, where it was for the first time ever, it was about classrooms and education in conflict, about classrooms being safe spaces.
Yeah.
And even in conflicts, we've got to not only stop targeting schools, but also make sure that the education of children that are refugees and stuff is really important. And you touch on a good point there, because something like this school, Faras, is in fact a safe space, isn't it? Where not only do these children get educated, but they get fed, and it's actually a safe space to be able to find out information.
Yeah. Actually, I know about the school. It's from our university, LSPR. It's around my house, but not too far, but not too not too far, not too far from my home. But that's LSPR told me if Oh, there is the school. There is the school about around scavengers and environment, and I come to the school and see what's all situation in that school. And oh yeah, and I chat to Jefferson and Eagle. So yeah, after that we made a script, we made how to shoot and how we'll be editing soon.
Great. Well, listen, it's great to talk to you. And like I said, you created a wonderful piece, 10 minutes, 46 seconds. So, you know, it's a pretty chunky piece of film. And you've managed to capture it very well and talk to the person that had organised it, Dr. Irina. You know, she's a really inspiring woman. And it'd be nice to be able to explore some ways how, as the Documentary Media Centre, through our Parallel Lives network, can maybe hook up with the school and look to do some sort of educational piece with them as well, with schools that we've got as well that we support in other countries. So I'll certainly be looking to pick that up with you, Faras and Jeff, going forward. Maybe there's something that we could do together virtually to support the school. And Miss Candy Hernandez from LSPR is coming to De Montfort University on the 9th of November. So I will certainly be picking up with her what a great job that you guys had done. I'd already mentioned that to her on a training session recently for the Upscales project for your teachers and your lecturers. I mentioned both of your names and how impressed I was that you know, the film that you'd managed to create. So worthy award winners. And my final thing, Jeff. Now I remember you said last time you were interested in getting involved in filmmaking and stuff like that as well. So has this been a good opportunity for you to get a taste of what it's like? Not only to do the job, but to win?
Yeah, actually. So actually, it is a great opportunity because actually, when in the campus we are doing activities like that, it's like we're making a short movie, like short film, and then in this time, it's like a new thing that we want to do, like documentary in one day. It's like I never done that before, but with Faras and Eagle too, this is like the new pace of doing something that I never doing that in filmmaking. So it's a great opportunity.
Brilliant. Yeah. Sometimes it's such a long process, isn't it? Particularly when you see some of the big films that come out and they were filmed 3 years ago, and it's taken that time to get, and now you can make you know, something quite meaningful and impactful that can make a difference in such a short period of time. And with all of the streaming platforms now as well, keep making films, okay? Keep that camera in your hand and keep making films. So Egle, when you finish your masters tomorrow, what would you like to do with your masters? Do you intend to stay involved in filmmaking and stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay involved in that and try to find a job in film production or maybe in television. We'll see. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you at some point on campus in the coming weeks, and hopefully you can come and meet Miss Candy from LSPR when she comes over on the 9th of November. That'd be quite good. So Faras, last word to you. Obviously, you know, spotted the school, saw the idea and stuff like that. Is kind of making these films, is that something that you want to do going forward? Are you going to stay interested? Are you going to stay connected with the school? Will you help me to do this project?
I don't know about this, but maybe I can do it. I can forward this film and make this film bigger than now, so world can know if in Indonesia or in other country there has other like scavenger environment, but we should build a school with a beautiful view inside the school, and yeah, the uniqueness from the school. We should build this school more than just one school in Indonesia, maybe in other country or in UK. Maybe Eagle want to search.
Absolutely. I think if everybody could support one school, I think that would be a very good start. Maybe that's a good point to end. So listen, Faras, Jeff, Egle, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me, and congratulations on winning the award.
Yeah, thank you so much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.